He's the greatest. I get it. I understand why they went after him. But I'm not going to roll over and die.
And I'm just going to go in there and do the best I can do with my own perspective. And
what's your biggest threat to your future in the business? And everyone's like, oh, Brady and this. I think it's Andy from Toy Story.
One of the biggest storylines that we've been covering since Tom Brady retired is, well, what is he going to do now that football's over? On one hand, he just completed the roast of Tom Brady, which had its own share of controversy, but in my personal opinion, I thought it was hysterical. And I also found it funny that Netflix cut out when Kim Kardashian was introduced because of people booing her. But that aside, we all know where Tom Brady's future lies. On one hand, he's trying to become a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, which is kind of hilarious if you think about it, because he'll literally own a part of the Raiders. You're going to be hearing his voice on a weekly basis broadcasting games. But even that came with its own fair share of controversy. So before we get to the content, we're on the grind to 900k subscribers. We're almost there. Make sure you subscribe and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. Now that we get all that out of the way, break! Today's video is sponsored by Bear Mattress. Bear Mattress is a premium fiberglass-free mattress designed to upgrade your sleep, improve your overall quality of life, and it's conveniently shipped to your door for free. You guys know that I have a horrible case of insomnia, so finding the ideal mattress for my sleep needs is very important to me. And it's important to Bear Mattress as well, because the moment you go on Bear's website, they give you a sleep quiz which matches you to the perfect mattress based on your body type and sleep preferences. And in my case, I got the Bear Hybrid. If you tend to sleep hot, Bear's sleep recovery technology uses Celian powdered fabric to help you stay cool throughout the night. All of Bear's mattresses are also Green Guard Gold certified and CertiPure US certified, so you can sleep safely and soundly knowing that there will be no harmful off-gassing. Within the first week of using the Bear Hybrid mattress, I went from averaging about 5 to 6 hours of sleep per night to 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. I need less caffeine in the morning when I wake up, and I could get you guys more content with significantly better energy. It's also a bonus that it comes rolled up in a box and is very easy to set up. You just have to open the box and then bam! You have a mattress. Bear Mattress is so confident that you'll enjoy their mattresses that they're willing to give you a 120-night sleep trial to test out the mattress and make sure that you love it. And right now they're hooking up my subscribers fat. I love my Bear Mattress and I think you would too. If you're looking to upgrade your sleep, head to bearmattress.com/microphone and use code microphone to get 40% off of your Bear Mattress plus $400 of sleep accessories during their Memorial Day sale. This is higher than what is being offered on site, so check it out while you can. That's bearmattress.com/microphone and use promo code microphone to get 40% off of your Bear Mattress plus $400 in sleep accessories during their Memorial Day sale. And thank you, Bear Mattress, for the sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Throughout all of history, we've seen players attempt to make the jump from playing on the football field all the way to the broadcasting booth, and in some instances they do it in their own creative way. For instance, when Peyton Manning and Eli Manning were both retired together, they decided to launch Monday Night Manning. It was something that wasn't done before. It was literally Peyton and Eli reacting to games, and you would also see them bring on guests from time to time. These guests could be other legendary QBs like Tom Brady or even current QBs like Patrick Mahomes. And it definitely brought a fresh flavor to the sport of football, and you would get gems like Peyton Manning criticizing what quarterbacks are doing on the football field.
We got 3 timeouts, E. I might use one right here, E. Let's use one. Let's talk about this one.
We're running a play.
But you would also get disasters. Before Peyton Manning and Eli Manning tried to make a successful run once they were retired, you saw Jason Witten attempt to do the same thing, and this went so terribly that Jason Witten had to unretire and return to the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, if you forgot how bad Jason Witten's run as a color commentator was, look for yourself.
Ibrahim was able to see that protection again.
The main criticism was Jason Witten was very low energy, and some people thought that once he shook off the jitters, he'd probably be good at the job. The thing is, he would never shake off the jitters, and things were very awkward with him in the booth. Now, that's not to say that Jason Witten can't launch a successful podcast one day, because live commentating a game is significantly different than just having a podcast and reflecting on your days with the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm sure Jason Witten has great stories for us. Maybe even has some stories from his lone year as a Raider. But even before Jason Witten, I don't think anyone has had a more meteoric rise than Tony Romo. Tony Romo wasn't the most popular quarterback when he was under center for the Cowboys, but I don't think any quarterback that's under center for the Dallas Cowboys is usually very popular. But the moment he stepped foot into that broadcasting booth, people loved him, and it was primarily because he was doing things like this.
He is not going to run this play. He's trying to get him to draw offsides. He didn't even call a play in the huddle.
And there you go, Tony.
And this wasn't a standalone appearance. He would do it again.
That gives you a shot for about a 30-yard play in the middle of the field if you want it.
Winston's pass, complete and out of bounds.
And again.
Right in the pocket and make a big throw if you're Goff.
Coming after him, stands in there and completes it.
And again.
$5, this is a run to the left.
Gotta pay now as it's Henry.
Well, you get the point. Fans felt like Tony Romo was doing a remarkable job educating them about the game of football. And when you really think about it, these commentators are so instrumental to the education of football because football is such a complicated sport in of itself. You need to really trust the individuals that are calling the game to explain what's going on. Otherwise, everyone's going to end up confused. I've been a fan of the sport for over 2 decades, and to this day, I still can't tell you what a catch is. And I bet most of you guys watching it can't tell me what it is either. There's so much intricacies and nuances to the game. Each and every year there's brand new rule changes. And whenever you have an individual that had to have this in the back of his mind each and every Sunday and did it for the duration that Tony Romo did, who also knows how to articulate his thoughts very well and educate the viewer, then that's just valuable. It's what made John Madden John Madden. And now it seems like Fox is attempting to do the same thing once again with Tom Brady. But this is a little different because on one hand they already made a huge investment in Tom Brady, and on the other they already had a superstar commentator that is getting demoted as a result of Tom Brady. So for those of you guys that don't know, Tom Brady signed a 10-year $375 million contract with Fox in order to become their brand new lead color commentator starting in 2024. This was announced over a year ago, but he took a year away from football to figure out life in 2023. And the thing that made this awkward was Fox already had Greg Olsen, who was actually doing a pretty good job in the commentary booth. And it was hysterical because it was this thing where whenever Tom Brady feels like it, he's gonna start getting paid a significant sum of money to call football games. Now look, I love the play here, and I honestly hope that Tom Brady pans out, but the result of this was very interesting. Tom Brady discussed his new job a few months ago on the Pat McAfee show.
Greg's done an incredible job. I have so much respect for him, how he approaches his job. I think he does an incredible job every time he's on. I love listening to him. And I'm just going to go in there and do the best I can do with my own perspective. And
there are rumors about whether or not Bill Belichick was going to join him, which Bill Belichick was featured on Pat McAfee's draft special, and I personally loved it. I thought it was really cool that they actually had him discuss the Patriots' brand new quarterback.
Very talented kid, good size, runs well, has a good arm. Just he hasn't played very much. He really doesn't have a lot of experience. He's going to need some work in reading defenses, reading coverages. This is a kid that can make all the throws. He just needs to be more consistent. Transitioning from a college quarterback to a pro quarterback here is, he just needs some time and experience.
I think it'd be really cool to watch these two unite in a commentary booth someday. And they already announced that Tom Brady will be calling the Super Bowl next year for Fox. So to someone like Greg Olsen, I would be frustrated if I was crushing it at my job, and if someone just from the merit of being the greatest football player of all time just pulled up and took my job from me without even having to do it once, I would definitely feel some type of way. At the same time, you rarely see players that are considered to be the GOATs of their sport commentate over sporting games. I know Wayne Gretzky commentates over hockey games, but you never see Michael Jordan commentate over basketball games. So this is too cool of an opportunity to pass up for Fox and for the fans. And you can tell Greg Olsen feels a little conflicted about it, because when the news first came out over a year ago, this is what he had had to say.
We all know the reality. I know what I signed up for this year. My goal, and I said this before the season even started, my goal was to try to do the best job that I could, give people a fun listen, give people maybe a little bit of a different perspective and insight into the game. It sucks. It's not, it is, but at the end of the day, I'm a big boy. I know what I signed up for. I took a chance on myself and rolled the dice, and we'll see how it plays out.
And he even went out and inadvertently declared war on Tom Brady upon hearing news about the potential transition when it was first announced.
I have to compete against quarterbacks and Hall of Famers and all the guys that are coming for the job that I have. Tom Brady, I'm sure you all read those news articles last week. Couldn't escape it. But my answer every time was, I have all the respect in the world for Tom Brady. I mean, who doesn't, right? Like, he's the greatest. I get it. I understand why they went after him. But I'm not going to roll over and die. I'm not going to roll, right? No, it's just, I'm willing to do what these guys aren't willing to do. And until they kick me out, I'm going to sit there and do it. I don't know. And maybe he does come and take my job one day. I can live with that. I get it. I understand the rules that we all sign up for. I don't ask for anybody's sympathy. It's been awesome. And I hope that answers your question.
And the reason why Greg Olsen is so passionate about it is the moment Tom Brady starts, his salary gets reduced from $10 million a year to $3 million a year. Which I know people are gonna say,
Mike, boo-hoo, that's still a lot of money.
But obviously, losing over 50% of your salary has gotta sting and will frustrate anybody. Well, it seems like the day is officially here, and Greg Olsen is getting his demotion, because Michael Strahan already told Tom Brady what his first game is going to be when he's in the commentary booth.
The NFL on Fox opens with the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow. Obviously, having the Cowboys on is a huge draw. They got great storylines. Come on, Dak Prescott, let's see if he can finally come through. Did that just slip out?
And my favorite theme about this entire story is the timing of everything is just so interesting. I mean, Fox decides to sign Tom Brady to a 10-year, $375 million contract at the very same time Greg Olsen is rising up the ranks as a color commentator. Fox announces that Tom Brady is going to be commentating over the Cowboys, and Tom Brady takes a shot at the Cowboys. And then you have Greg Olsen winning his second consecutive sports Emmy for his work in the Fox broadcasting booth. You can't make this up.
And there's a lot of people wondering what I'm going to say right now. I don't know. Coming into tonight, people ask me, they say, what's your biggest threat to your future in the business? And everyone's like, oh, Brady and this. I think it's Andy from Toy Story. I think if he gets in, Collinsworth, Aikman, we're dead. These guys, this is super cool. I don't know what the future holds. All I know is I love talking football. I love talking ball. I love studying it. I love seeing where the game is going. Wherever that takes me, whatever level it is, man, I'm more committed to the game of football now. I look forward to things ahead. Thank you guys so much.
As a result, Greg Olsen is getting demoted, and he even mentioned that he's clearly not content with his demotion, saying, I'm not just content to be there, I'm not just happy to have a seat, my aspirations are still to be a #1 analyst at Fox or elsewhere, and rightfully so. His credentials back it up. I could easily see Greg Olsen jumping ship over to CBS at some point, and I honestly think it's only a matter of time before one of the other big players like Amazon, ESPN, or CBS grab Greg Olsen after this experience that he had. But to his credit, he's been very professional throughout the entire situation. But he also made it seem like his foot is out the door. He recently spoke to Tom Brady about broadcasting and said, would I love to continue calling on that team? Of course, absolutely. Who wouldn't? But my respect for Tom and what he's accomplished and what he's done speaks for itself. I've had a chance to talk with him, and I told him that I'm going to be as much of a resource as I can. Obviously, from doing this the last couple of years, maybe I have some insight that could help with his transition. He would go on to say, my hunger, my approach, my aspirations, if anything, have just gotten stronger. I haven't backed off that since day one, and I'm not going to. I'm going to continue to go out there and be as good as I can, help my crew and let them help me. We'll see where everything settles out over time. And once again, he would say, I want to be a great resource at whatever level I can be, and he echoed the exact same sentiment. I look forward to working with him. I look forward to sharing the network with him. I look forward to competing competing against him, I'm sure as he looks to compete against us and make a name for himself, I think all that healthy competition is really good. At the end of the day, it does suck for Greg Olsen that he's dealing with this, but as fans, we're all winners. We have the greatest football player of all time who wants to educate us about football games on Sundays, and the guy that he's replacing was already really good at his job in of itself. You may see Greg Olsen make the jump to a different network, and maybe we'll get both of these guys someday, but it's definitely a unique situation, and for me, I just love seeing the business aspect of this play out, especially because I think I'm distant cousins in terms of what I do for a living and what these gentlemen are doing in the broadcasting booth for a living. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about all this, man? Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.